ran across an old photo of mine from many years ago, 20 years ago, and the immediate emotion that I had when I looked at this photo revealed a lot. In fact, if I wasn't so spiritually trained now in my life, having gone through my rites to become a priestess, to really have gone through what a mystic has to go through to become a mystic, that would have torn me down for probably a few days. So if you're one that looks at your past memory or a photo and you have so much guilt and cringe and ick towards yourself, then this video is hopefully going to speak to you. I'm in my 40s. I have not been flawless. Let's just say that. I've made plenty of mistakes that I have to live with for the rest of my life. Mistakes that have hurt people, and that really was something that was hard for me to live with for a while. The fact is, hard lives build character. Hard lives is what creates some of the strongest individuals. You cannot be an amazing human being but have had an easy life. That's just not possible at all. It's impossible. There's not a single person who you are so in awe of, so impressed, so inspired by, that has had it easy their entire life, that has not had a traumatic period in their life at one point or another. They don't exist. And there's a phase that we go through as we develop into who we are meant to be on our spiritual path. There's a phase where we look at our past self and just feel this disgust for ourselves. Like, what a dumb girl. God, you were such a loser. And just all the hate that you feel and spew inside yourself, and maybe verbally, definitely internally, becomes your reaction. And that would have been my reaction if I did not immediately catch it. Because again, being a mystic now, I look at my past, and that girl, who that person was, had to exist, had to be that dumb, had to make those stupid choices in order to become who she was meant to be, in order to become someone that would touch lives. It's like the sacrifice. Rituals, some of the most powerful and impactful spirituality out there involves a yin and yang. It involves a balance. No matter how you look at it, Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, there is a balance board. There's good and there's evil. There's sacrifice in order to acquire something. You had to make a lot of sacrifices without knowing they were sacrifices in order to get what you have today, in order to achieve greatness. Look at yourself as someone who is that sacrificial lamb in order to create the abundance that you hope or currently have. Now, if you have a hard time imagining that, close your eyes. And this is kind of tapping into your shadow self. This is shadow work, which I highly recommend. Close your eyes and enter a dark room. And in the center of that dark room, as you walk in, you see that younger self, the one that you had so much shame built around. You see her standing there. She's looking at you, he or she. Pay attention to their expression, how they're holding themselves, the look they have on their face while they're looking at you. What kind of reaction do you think they're having? And then pay attention to yourself. What reaction do you have while you look upon that younger self? Typically, when a person practices this, they feel immediate, like they want to hug that person, that younger self, that they want to just wrap themselves in their arms and tell them, hold on, hang on, it gets better. They want to congratulate them for how long they've been doing this, how long they've been hanging on and going through hell. They want to pep talk that person. They have a massive amount of compassion and love for that version of them. That's how you imagine and see yourself as that person that has to go through what they're going through. And one thing to always remember, there is no wrong decisions. There's no wrong turns. There's no mistakes, ever. Everything has a purpose, and everything, every road, every path, every detour that is chosen is something that you were meant to do. Now there's going to be consequences. There's going to be good ones and bad ones. That doesn't make it a wrong decision at all. Those that truly tap into their divinity, it is amazing how much you can go look back and see the divine protecting you and guiding you through. It is amazing how much the spirits and the divinities and the powers that be are watching over you and being there for you all throughout your life. I highly recommend you do that shadow work in order to heal that reaction that you have when you think or look back on that younger self. Do that practice until you're able to look at a memory and have nothing but compassion and pride for who you are